Tim Ginniver here from the 5AA Breakfast Show. Hitting the streets of Adelaide from Modbury and Malvern, Hove to Highbury, Summerton to Stirling. Following the stories, breaking the news and talking to you.
Tim Ginniver out on the streets of Adelaide for the 5AA Breakfast Show.
Thanks to Foodland, with thousands of specials every week.
On 1395, Adelaide's 5AA. Interactive radio. Tweet at 1395 5AA. Peter Godfrey.
Let's head across to New Zealand now. Take a look at what's happening there. Selwyn Manning from livenews.co.nz. G'day, Selwyn.
Yeah, g'day, Peter.
Nice early morning there in Auckland.
Yeah, it's not too bad. It's certainly heading toward a blue sky day with a bit of sunshine. It feels like we're right in the middle of spring at the moment. And there's a bit of fog in the valleys, but that'll soon burn off by the look of it.
Oh, we're still in winter, we're about 4 degrees at the moment. So.
Oh, is it really?
Yes,
oh,
yes.
You'll soon overtake us, I think.
I know. Give it time. Give it time.
Yes.
All right, now, pretty major issue that emanates from your part of the world, but had some impact here as well and some making news. Fonterra, the company with their batches of contaminated whey protein concentrates, some whole lot of things going on there.
Yeah, this is really serious to the New Zealand economy, this one. It's New Zealand's primary agriculture exporter, and like you said, Fonterra is the brand name. And it's in crisis after this global markets have been removing its products from sale or product manufacturing. This crisis had hit a wall, if you like, Peter, this week after Fonterra owned up to this problem where, and this is the scientific name of the bacterium, and it's Clostridium botulinum. Now,
well done. 10 out of 10 on the pronunciation, Selwyn.
I'm not a scientist, so it doesn't flow easy off the tongue, that's for sure. But it causes botulism, and it was found in 3 batches of whey powder concentrate. It's believed that the contamination occurred at one of Fonterra's Waikato plants. Now, Waikato is a province just south of Auckland.
Okay.
It's a very big agricultural area, and they found that whey concentrate, it looks like at this stage in the investigation, was processed in a dirty pipe. Now, this is a shocker because Fonterra has paraded around the world, Peter, as one of the best in making, milk products, etc., agricultural products. And New Zealand had flown that Fonterra flag wherever it could. Now, this shocking revelation has been compounded also that Fonterra had suspected the contamination since March of this year.
So several months.
Yeah, but only raised it with the New Zealand government and the appropriate ministries on August the 2nd. So it's like we hinted at there, it's been hugely damaging to the New Zealand reputation worldwide, and as a reliable producer of high-quality agricultural products, the country here, and certainly its clients and customers worldwide, expect more. And just on that, where it's most important is baby milk products were affected, and not necessarily in Australia as I understand it, but certainly in other places, and products have been recalled, and that's the Carry Care Stage 1 new baby infant formula, and also the Carry Care Gold Plus Stage 2, which is a follow-on formula apparently for children over 6 months of age. Now, people can go online if they want to find out more about that and just check out both the Australian and New Zealand, like your Department of Agriculture, etc., etc. It is said that there were, it's issued a statement here yesterday afternoon that says the Australian dairy industry, consumers and export markets, it's assuring them that dairy products made with potentially contaminated New Zealand dairy ingredients have been removed from the Australian dairy production system. So it's saying that they had contained it. Our understanding is that there were 2 batches sent to Australia, but they were contained in a warehouse before they were identified and contained in this warehouse before they were used in the manufacturing of other products on your side of the ditch, Peter.
Okay, yeah. So, what's going to happen here if this company's, admitted that, they've kind of sat on it for, best part of 5 months? Will there be penalties? Will there be, is there any fallout to any repercussions to them?
Yes, it's certainly right back. There's an internal investigation going on within Fonterra at the moment, trying to isolate the cause. There's expectations are that the New Zealand government will hold an external investigation into it as well to get quality assurances. Now, this does sound like, at this stage in the game, that, it was contaminated piping at this Waikato plant. There's also allegations starting to come through into the media that Fonterra has been laying off maintenance staff left, right and centre, up to 300 workers, I think, in the last 12 months or something like that. The figures are not exact yet, but there's all these other kind of things coming up, Peter, that are starting to raise questions. And it's always too late when this kind of thing comes, of course. It's in damage control and trying to give assurances for the future. Meanwhile, the Minister of Trade, a guy called Grosser, he's over in China apologising. Even John Key, the Prime Minister, he said if necessary he'll go to China and apologise and give assurances once those assurances can be given to the appropriate people there. Certainly the diplomatic squads, if you want to, across the ditch between Australia and New Zealand have been working hard on this. The New Zealand Ministry of Primary Industries has been up in the Hong Kong area because in Hong Kong there's concerns that some of those products that have been recalled have been out there in front of consumers. There has been no recorded illnesses as a consequence of this to date, but certainly things have moved into high fever pitch to try and ensure that remains the case.
Okay. Now, time is against us here, so I better move on quickly to the next one. Now, your GCS bill we've been speaking of, it's been delayed. Its passing has been delayed in Parliament? Yes,
it has. The opposition parties managed to filibuster this week, Peter, and it successfully delayed the passing.
Now, a quick definition on filibuster for us, Selwyn.
Okay. Filibuster is when you see the politicians in Parliament that are in opposition to a particular thing, they'll start talking long-winded, but like me, Peter, big long-winded sentences.
Stretching it out.
They'll waffle on and on, just like that, and they'll go on very verbose. And they'll put amendment to this, amendment to that. They'll use every rule in the Parliament system to slow the process of the particular legislation down. And they successfully ground the thing almost to a blindingly boring halt the other day, to the point where the government could not get this bill through on the timeline that it had set for it. So it looks like it's going to be delayed, if not a week, maybe even 2 weeks, before New Zealanders become right in the spotlight of their spies. And then when we live up to that reputation of being the Stasi of the South Pacific.
There we go. On that note, Selwyn, have to leave it there. Thank you so much. We'll catch you again next week.
Okay, Peter, take care.
Thanks, Selwyn. Bye-bye. Selwyn Manning in New Zealand and livenews.co.nz. For more, that's it. Thanks for your company right through the night. Back again midnight tonight. Don't forget, Bob Francis, his last show tonight too, from 8 o'clock tonight, so definite required listening, I think. Stay tuned. Breakfast with Keith and Jane coming up. Leith Forrest takes us up there after the news.
For a few years now, this station has been telling you about the brilliant way in which the Care Alert Smart Dialer has been saving lives all around Australia. If a sudden illness or accident should happen while you're at home, then a Care Alert Smart Dialer, when activated,